Hello YouTube. Just wanted to show off my 1974 F100 that I have put the body onto my 1997 F250 chassis. Back history of this truck, I traded back in upstate New York when I lived there. Traded another truck for a 97 F250 with the 7.3 powerstroke. It was automatic transmission back in 2021. And from there, I have Dana 60 swapped this truck. I had put a Bronco rear tank in the back of the truck. Maintenance, I've put a starter in the truck, glow plugs, some sensors, and just really an oil change all the way around. I'll show you. There's a big old Bronco tank in there. Now, I dualied this truck using Aerocraft dually conversion for the rear. I found myself a factory set of 4x4 hubs for the front in Massachusetts. The mirrors I got out of a junkyard off of an F350 or F250 with the mirrors that were just on it. The lights are off of an old International from the 60s or 70s. And then obviously the 74 body that I put on here. I did this swap. I started fixing the body last year, but I didn't finish this body swap until the beginning of the year, the late December, into the new year. So let me show you under the hood. There we go. And as you can see, the 7.3 powerstroke. To get this all to work, some hammer persuasion had to happen for the turbo downpipe. I cut the firewall out of the 90s cab and cut this firewall and welded the 90s firewall in place for the plugs. Oh, something I forgot to mention. Before I left New York, we ZF5 swapped this truck. So we took out the automatic transmission and we put in a 4x4 ZF5. And so she still has the automatic computer, but everything else is standard. These seats I picked up out of a junkyard. I needed to replace this seat because it's just getting all torn up here. I used the 90s cluster, and what I did was I took the 70s cluster and I took some of the gauges and I just overlaid them over the 90s to give it the old school look. I just didn't do the RPM gauge. That's how I did the fuel switch gauge, because I do have a dual tank. Yeah, ZF5. And then this back seat is out of a 90s Ford. I picked this up out of Pennsylvania. And yeah, my back window is out of my 97 F250 because I wanted the slider. And yeah, this is her. She's got 340,000 miles on her. When I originally got the 7.3, it had 295. And I've hauled my fair share with this truck. I hauled my wife's truck down from upstate New York 15 hours straight with it. And her truck is going to be getting a 12-valve Cummins here in the next year or so. Hopefully, we can do that faster than later. But yeah, this is my 1974 F100 with a 7.3 powerstroke, 4x4 ZF5. And yesterday, back in beginning of September, I had a drive shaft failure. And so it's been upgraded with a solid aluminum drive shaft. And I had a pinion angle issue where it was binding. I had this very bad vibration at high speeds in fifth gear. So yesterday I put a 4-inch block in the back. And I did a leveling kit in the front with the factory 250 springs. And so realistically, being a 250, when you do a Dana 60 swap on a 250 with the twin traction beam, it naturally jacks it up 2 inches. So the front end and the truck were just level with the back. And then, so it had a 2 inch in the front, it was leveled pretty much. And then the body is a 2 inch lift kit. Because the 70s body, the bed's sitting on hockey pucks, the front's mount is sitting on hockey pucks, but to get the cab to sit perfect on this frame, it had to get a 2 inch body lift. So we're talking 4 inches in the front, factory in the rear. And now it's got a 4 inch lift block with a 2 inch body lift. So it's technically a 6 inch lift in the back. And for the front, being a 2 inch solid Dana 60 swap, or I should say added 2 inches. And then I did a leveling kit, which adds about an inch and a quarter or so, plus the body lift, talking like 3 inches in suspension, 2 inches in body, so we're talking 5 inches in the front, 6 inches in the back. And it gives it a pretty decent stance. That sun is shining off that rim. I think it don't look too bad at all. I've had to put a water pump in it this year, a new fan, metal fan blades, because one of the fan blades broke off, new tensioner, new belt. I did have to replace the power steering line because of New York rust, but other than that, she's just fine. And I am a Ford guy, so we got the Bronco. That was given to us by our family, and we're trying to get rid of it for another Ford. But my wife's truck is getting a 12-valve swap, so when we get that back, that's going. But yeah, this is my truck. Thank you if you've stayed this long to hear about its backstory and everything. And the reason, I guess I should say, the reason I built this truck is in memory of a good friend of mine. He had built a 77 F100, just like this, long bed super cab. He spent 25 years building it. He put 2 460s in it because one 460 locked up on him. It was twin stick, so he had high-low between gears, so it was an 8-speed technically. He dualied it. He had full airbag suspension in the rear. He hauled fifth-wheel campers, and in 2 years before he passed, we did a 12-valve swap during COVID. So we put a 12-valve Cummins in his truck with an NV4500, and if I can, I'm going to try to add the photos of him with his truck at the end of this video. And so my truck just turned into a tribute to his memory because he was like a mentor to me. He was like a father figure. He taught me a lot about these trucks, and I wish he was still here so I can learn more, but I'm just doing it on my own. And I just hope wherever he is in truck heaven that he's looking down and smiling. So thank you for watching and learning a little bit about my truck.